Hey everybody, welcome back to MSB Flight. Today I'm building something new. I haven't seen a plane like this exist ever, so let me give you the rundown on what's going to happen. This is the FT3D from Flight Test modified. So I have a friend with a laser cutter, downloaded the plans. It actually took quite a bit of work to digitize them to make them work in his laser cutter. But I've got the basic parts. I've got the vertical stabilizer, horizontal stabilizer, cockpit. These are my own winglets that I designed. And then we have the fuselage. So it's going to be based on the fuselage. But what's going to be different about this, and those are my wings here. I've already put green tape on them. That's going to be the bottom side, so you can differentiate the bottom from the top. What's going to be different about this is it's going to be a tilt wing. So I'm going to have a spar that runs through the middle, and the whole wing, when it's on there, is going to tilt back and forth, and it's not going to have control surfaces on the tail at all. So if you see, I've erased the control surface lines. These are just stabilizers now. These are not elevators or rudder. So let's start putting this together. All right, I got the fuselage put together. My wings are over here. This is the outer piece that the wing is going to wrap around, and it's going to stick into the plane right there. This is the inner piece that's going all the way through the plane, and these slide over that, and then they pivot around this. So this will be fixed into the plane, but through that hole right there. And it'll go all the way through. These will go on top and pivot. Just got to figure out how to make that happen. Okay, so I think I figured it out. I have these two. These are just paint sticks. You can pick those up for free at Sherwin-Williams. Most any paint store will give them to you. Local hardware stores might be stingy, but anyway, beside the point. I have these little blocks of wood that are going to go in the wing here. Then the wing is going to be built around the outer stick, and this is going to go up against it to keep the inner piece from sliding out, and these zip ties are going to go tight around the outer pieces to keep the outer pieces from sliding out. So the inner piece will keep it centered. No, these pieces will keep them centered because they're up against each other, and then the outer piece just creates the strength across the two. The inner piece creates the strength across the two. So yeah, I'll set up a tripod and I'll show you this process that I've got worked out in my mind right now. This will be fun. So this is double-sided tape. I'm going to peel that off. Spar will go right there. Should put something in the end here to stiffen that, shouldn't I? You know what? I'll do something with it later. Although if I do it now, it's in there and it just holds. Stand by. I'm going to find something for that. So if you look at that, you can see this top edge. This would normally be your aileron, but it slopes down and it doesn't quite meet this one, or it doesn't meet it evenly. So I don't know if I'm going to run into issues with that. I may have to like do an aileron cut and just flatten it out a little bit, but we'll find out. I'm going to glue the back edge of this wing. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about it pivoting all the way in the front like that. I feel like that might be a downfall to this plane, but it's the first prototype, so we'll find out. Okay, so I have the wings on. I used zip ties in here to keep them from sliding off each other, or keep them from sliding out of the plane. They pivot independently. I'm gonna glue this on, but probably not yet, because I've got to fit motor and battery and stuff, ESC, all the things in here. And then on the bottom, I've got my holes for my servos, and they're going to connect to a servo arm or a control horn that mounts right here, and then that'll control it. I hope a 9-gram servo is strong enough to move these wings. I think it'll do something. I don't expect a lot of performance out of this, but that servo's it's not gonna be able to go further than that. Not like I want it to. Anyway, because if it goes that far, this thing's gonna corkscrew through the air hard. I took the tail off to not damage it while I'm putting this together. I'm about ready to throw this thing, because it's done. Check this out. I have the plane put together. The motor even works, which is, questionable for me sometimes. But check this out. Those are the only control surfaces. It's modeled after a 3D plane, obviously, but I'm really hoping this works. This is how I've got the servos set up. And this is all on low rates. I can't really do anything else with the rates because the wing is going to hit the servo, but let's take it out and fly it. Oh no. It rained. And it's still kind of raining. Look at the puddles. Well, I'm not going to be able to fly it in this video. So, I am going to fly it though, and I will have footage of it. Mark my words. It's probably going to be a couple of days before I can fly it. Just keep that in mind. But this is going to be sick. Can't wait.